So let's just get right into the thick of it. RJ Forrester is officially spiraling out of control, and honestly, we probably should have seen this massive breakdown coming from a mile away. Ever since that huge, bloody brawl at the bikini bar, things have just not been right in his head. You guys remember that fight, right? The one where Will Spencer completely lost his temper and started throwing wild punches. Rage A ducked like a coward, Eric got hit right in the face, and it was just a total disaster for everyone involved. But even though RJ managed to manipulate the narrative and paint Will as the unhinged monster in that scenario, the ugly truth is that RJ still took a severe beating. He got physically overpowered and humiliated by Will, and for a guy with an ego as ridiculously fragile as RJ's, that physical defeat really messed with his psychology. He desperately wanted to be the big tough hero who saved Elektra from the bad Spencer boy, but instead, he just looked incredibly weak. And he knows it. He absolutely knows it deep down in his bones. But the physical bruising is absolutely nothing compared to the emotional bruising he is taking right now. Because RJ actually thought he won the ultimate prize. He really thought he finally got Elektra Forrester all to himself. After Elektra threw her necklace at Will and moved out of the beach house in a fit of rage, RJ swooped right in to play the savior. He was the convenient shoulder to cry on. He got that passionate kiss. He thought he was the undisputed champion of this messy little love triangle. But let's be real here for a second. Elektra is still completely, hopelessly hung up on Will Spencer, and RJ can feel it radiating off of her. He can see it in the way she looks away whenever Will's name is mentioned in conversation. He can feel the emotional distance every time he tries to pull her close. RJ is a lot of things, but he's not entirely stupid when it comes to reading the room. He knows he's just a rebound. A safe, comfortable, temporary rebound while she processes her anger at Will. And that realization is just eating him alive. It is literally destroying him from the inside out. RJ has always had this massive golden boy complex, right? He is Brooke and Ridge's precious, perfect son who can supposedly do no wrong. But now he is stuck in this pathetic situation where he is clearly second best to a Spencer, again. It's like the Liam and Wyatt dynamic all over again, but somehow even more pathetic because RJ is trying so hard to pretend everything is fine. So RJ starts sinking into this deep, dark, suffocating depression. He is drowning in his own toxic insecurity. He can't focus on his designs. He can't focus on his highly anticipated new product line. He can't even focus on Elektra without feeling this overwhelming sense of inadequacy. It's actually kind of sad to watch him unravel. I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh on the kid, but it is just so hard to root for him when he is acting this desperate and insecure. So what does RJ do to cope with all of this? Does he go to therapy? Does he talk to his parents about his feelings? Of course not. This is a soap opera, people. He looks for a quick, dangerous fix. A temporary escape from the crushing reality of his miserable life. And this is where things get really, really dark. RJ turns to drugs. Heavy, illicit sedatives that are completely unregulated. And where exactly does he get them? Melissa Dillon. Yeah, you heard me right. Melissa freaking Dillon, the so-called sweet good girl who has been playing absolutely everyone this entire time. I swear, every single time I think I have Melissa figured out, she proves me wrong in the worst way possible. She is not just some innocent assistant trying to climb the corporate ladder at Forrester Creations. She has some seriously shady, underground connections. What were the writers thinking with this Melissa twist? I mean, I love the drama of it, but it is wild. Melissa is already playing this incredibly dangerous game with Will, trying to seduce him while he's vulnerable and drunk, and now she is acting as a drug supplier for RJ. It makes you wonder what her real endgame actually is. Is she purposely supplying RJ with heavy sedatives to sabotage him? If RJ is out of the picture and ruined, maybe Elektra goes running back to him, or maybe Melissa just wants to watch the entire Forrester family burn from the inside out. Or maybe she just knows a guy who knows a guy and wanted to make a quick buck off a depressed rich kid. Who actually believes this is going to end well for her? Because when the truth inevitably comes out about her supplying illegal drugs to the CEO's son, she is going to be destroyed. Anyway, RJ gets his hands on these pills. These strong, unknown sedatives of completely mysterious origin that are meant to just knock him out and make him stop thinking about Will and Elektra for a few hours, and he starts taking them. A lot of them. He is actively self-medicating his broken heart and his severely bruised ego. And it all comes crashing down in the most spectacular, humiliating way possible, late at night. At Forrester Creations, because of course it happens at the office. Nobody on this show ever goes home to their actual houses. They just live in the CEO office and wait for drama to happen. So Steffy is working late. Because Steffy is always working late these days, probably trying to avoid the absolute nightmare that is her marriage right now with Finn and the whole terrifying Sheila Carter situation. She is stressed. She is exhausted. She is trying to keep Eric's failing haute couture line afloat while dealing with the massive PR disaster of Hope defecting to Logan. Steffy is just at her absolute breaking point. And she walks into the main executive office expecting to find some fabric swatches or maybe a misplaced file, and instead she finds RJ. And RJ is completely gone. I mean, he is high out of his mind. Slumped over the main desk, barely coherent, eyes rolling back in his head, drooling on the expensive leather chair. Steffy is absolutely horrified. She starts shaking him, screaming his name, trying to figure out if he is having a stroke or a heart attack or what is going on, and then she sees the pills. The illicit sedatives just scattered carelessly across the desk. The realization hits her like a massive freight train. Her little brother, the golden boy of the family, is a drug addict. He is popping unregulated, dangerous pills right in the middle of the family business. It's a powerful scene. Jacqueline McInnes would absolutely nail the sheer panic, disgust, and heartbreak in that moment. But wait, it gets so much worse, because this isn't just a quiet, contained family intervention that they can sweep under the rug. Oh no, while RJ was stumbling around the office high on heavy sedatives, he apparently tripped the main security alarm. Good old Charlie Weber's security system actually worked for once in its life. But the timing could not possibly be worse. Because the alarm doesn't just alert Charlie to come running with his flashlight, it alerts the LAPD. Suddenly, the police are swarming the building. Sirens blaring outside, heavy boots echoing in the hallways, flashlights sweeping across the Forrester Creations lobby. It is absolute, unadulterated chaos. Steffy is desperately trying to do damage control, trying to explain to the cops that it's just a huge misunderstanding, that it's her brother and he's just sick and needs a doctor. But the cops see the drugs. They see the unprescribed, illegal narcotics sitting right there on the executive desk in plain sight. They don't care that his last name is Forrester. They don't care about the legacy of haute couture. The law is the law, and they have a job to do. And then they cuff him. They actually put RJ Forrester in metal handcuffs. I was literally screaming at my television. You guys, screaming. Seeing RJ, who is usually so smug, entitled, and perfectly styled, looking completely dazed, sweaty, and terrified as the police read him his Miranda rights, it was entirely surreal. They perp-walk him right out of the CEO office, through the main hallways of Forrester Creations. The absolute humiliation of it all is staggering. Imagine the gossip that is going to spread. Imagine the night shift interns watching the boss's son getting dragged out by armed police officers. It is a PR nightmare wrapped in a devastating family tragedy. And right in the middle of this chaotic, flashing light nightmare, Brooke Logan arrives on the scene, because of course she does. Maybe Steffi called her in a panic, or maybe she was coming to check on RJ because he wasn't answering his phone all night. But Brooke walks through those double doors just in time to see her precious, perfect son being escorted out in handcuffs by 2 police officers. Brooke is completely devastated. She just breaks down into hysterical sobs. And honestly, it is hard to watch a mother go through that, but at the same time, I can't help but feel a little bit of karma here. I mean, okay, that sounded a bit dramatic and maybe a little mean, but you get what I mean, right? Brooke has been on such a ridiculously high horse lately. She has been judging absolutely everyone. She slapped Katie hard across the face. She broke glass. She officially disowned her own sister. She screamed at Will for being a violent, uncontrollable monster. She has been acting like her side of the family is so pure and perfect and everyone else is trash. And now her golden son is being arrested for possession of illegal narcotics in the family workplace. The look on Brooke's face was just pure, unadulterated shock and horror. Her entire worldview just shattered in an instant. She is screaming at the cops, trying to pull RJ away from them, sobbing uncontrollably while Steffi tries to hold her back. Ridge is going to absolutely lose his mind when he finds out about this. Ridge has been so busy declaring an all-out, violent war on the Spencer family, completely blind to the fact that his own son was crumbling right under his nose. Ridge blamed Will for everything wrong in the world. He gave Elektra that harsh, brutal ultimatum to stay away from Will because Will was supposedly dangerous. But the real danger was RJ's own crippling insecurity and the shady, illicit pills he was getting from Melissa Dillon. So what does this mean for the business side of things? Because on this show, every single personal tragedy is also a massive corporate crisis. RJ was supposed to be launching this huge new product line. It was supposed to be the future of Forrester Creations, especially now that Hope is gone and Zen's line is up in the air. Millions of dollars have been poured into fabrics, marketing, and runway prep. But you can't exactly launch a glamorous fashion line when the lead designer is sitting in a jail cell facing serious drug charges. Steffi has absolutely no choice. She has to suspend RJ's new product line indefinitely. It is officially shelved, dead in the water. Forrester Creations is bleeding out right now. They lost hope to Logan. Eric's haute couture line is being completely overshadowed by the Logan media frenzy and his own public meltdowns. And now the highly anticipated RJ Forrester line is canceled due to a massive, humiliating drug scandal. Forrester Creations is literally falling apart at the seams, and there is no quick fix for this level of destruction. And who benefits from all of this chaos? Logan Creations. Katie Logan and Bill Spencer must be popping champagne bottles right now. Well, maybe not Katie, because she still cares about her nephew on some level, even if Brooke viciously disowned her. But Bill is definitely gloating in his office. This is a golden, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Logan Creations to completely dominate the market. With Forrester paralyzed by scandal, police raids, and suspended product lines, hope by Logan is going to rise to the very top without any real competition to stand in their way. It is just a total, monumental shift in power. The Spencer and Logan alliance is winning this fashion war not because they played fair or had better designs, but because the Forresters are imploding from their own toxic secrets, hypocrisies, and deep-seated insecurities. RJ's severe depression, Melissa Dillon's shady drug dealing, Steffi's horrifying late-night discovery, and Brooke's ultimate, shattering devastation. It all perfectly aligns to crown Logan Creations as the new king of the fashion world. I honestly don't know how Forrester is going to recover from this one. I really don't. The damage might actually be permanent this time. But I cannot wait to see them try to claw their way back. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because my head is still spinning from this episode.